now for the desserts. So we have a selection of 2 plant-based yogurts here. Both of them are protein enriched. One is showcasing the enzyme technology applicable for the dairy alternatives, and the other will focus on the sugar reduction, so nutritional optimization through sugar reduction. And both will be served by Glyn with the fruit prep with no added sugar. Thank you. So Danielle, talk us through the very first one. Talk us through the enzyme technology that we wanted to showcase.
No problem. So with the first yogurt, we've added an enzyme called Goliath Smooth. That's a mild protease. So what that will do is it will hydrolyze the proteins within that mix, and that will add a lot of viscosity to the yogurt. You know, we don't want it to be too thick, too claggy, have a sandiness or a grittiness. Our Goliath Smooth enzyme really supports with a desirable texture, keeps it really glossy, and gives it that nice spoonable texture that we would expect from a standard yogurt. So I suppose another thing to mention is the enzyme is clean label, you know, so it's a processing aid, so it could not be more clean label. But yeah, it really helps give a real spoonable texture and also drinkable in fermented products, either dairy or dairy alternatives.
Let's actually ask Glyn to maybe show us the smoothness of that, because it's really quite remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at this on a plate and just smooth that across, it is literally silky smooth.
Yeah, there's
no
grain.
graininess, no lumps in there at all. But as you can see, it's absolutely silky.
It looks great.
Nice sheen to it as well.
It's exactly what we'd like to see. You know, that glossiness. But sometimes we can get that grittiness, as I mentioned. It's heavy. And no, that's what the enzyme does. So perfect.
And this is the plant-based recipe, but I believe it can be used in the traditional dairy as well.
Absolutely. So the enzyme will do exactly the same job to the dairy proteins. So it'll hydrolyze those. And there's also sometimes a cost saving in dairy, because it can lead us down the road of using cheaper milk protein isolates, you know, rather than the really expensive ones as well. So yeah, it's worth looking at as well.
Brilliant. Where in the process should it be added?
We would usually say to add in with the culture at the fermentation stage. So that would be our go-to.
Yeah. And you mentioned that the yogurts will be pasteurized, but does it affect the clean label? Do you need to show that at the back of the pack?
No. So traditionally, the pH within the enzyme will inactivate it. So that means it won't actually be active in the finished product. So it is a processing aid, so it doesn't need to be declared.
And now let's look at the second yogurt. So again, plant-based, again, protein-enriched, but here we really wanted to showcase the reduction of sugar. So Danielle, talk us through what have we used to create really that great recipe.
So the basis of this recipe is our protein isolate. So that's got about 80% protein in there. But the good thing about that is it's got really low flavour. So we don't have those pulse notes coming through. Also, we've got our rice starch, so that's adding to the colour. It's giving us that nice white colour that we've achieved there today. It's process tolerant as well, freeze thaw stable. But I suppose, talking about sugar reduction, we've used our NSFs, so that's natural stevia flavourings. So they're FMPs, and what that means is they just support with sweetness. So it's like a sweetness enhancer. So they're not declared as a sweetener, they are declared as a natural flavouring, but it just helps with the overall delivery of the sweetness within the product.
Great, yeah. So just to clarify, it is not entirely sugar-free, is it? Because you need that for fermentation.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sugar in there, so it's sugar reduced.
Yeah. When it comes down to dishing it all up, the fruit prep will actually be sugar-free.
Absolutely.
So, and just the low-fat and high-protein yogurt is not something entirely new on the market. So what makes this particular recipe so unique?
I suppose going back to what we said before, it's lovely and smooth and glossy, and we've achieved the same kind of texture as we have with the enzyme technology, where we don't want it to be too thick, you know, so it works really well along with the fruit prep. It's not claggy, and it's what we would expect from even a dairy yogurt as well. It's very comparable in texture and taste.
Indeed, yeah, what a versatile ingredient, yeah. So Glyn, I guess over to you. Would you like to dish it up? Or would you like to actually talk us through a little bit about the fruit prep?
Absolutely, I can do, yeah. I mean, the blueberry compote, or the fruit prep, as you call it, it's a simple recipe. Obviously, we're using frozen blueberries, a blueberry compote, almost puree, and it's cooked slowly in the Thermomix for about 90 degrees for about 10 minutes. But again, as you can see, we're using all the key ingredients, all those lovely ingredients that give you the viscosity and the gloss and the mouthfeel. If I move over to here, you can see just on the camera, it looks beautiful and glossy and natural, and it'll just complement the actual yogurt itself really well. And no added sugar, which is a bonus. So you've got a lovely healthy product to complement this lovely silky lactic natural yogurt, vegan natural yogurt. So,
Thank you. Yeah, and as Glyn now dishes it up, makes it look beautiful, would you highlight any key ingredients here?
Absolutely. So to achieve the no added sugar claim with this compote, there is erythritol in there. So erythritol would be one of the key ingredients here because it builds back in the body. So when you take away sugar, you're not just taking away sweetness, you're taking away the body. So erythritol, 0 calories, but it comes in granular form. So we add that in for body. It's about 60% as sweet as sugar. So there we have to boost that. And that's when our lovely Pure Circle BioReb M comes into play. So that's our most sugar-like steviol glycoside. So there's a real synergy between erythritol and BioReb M just to deliver body and sweetness. So it's very good for replacing sugar. We also have within here some of our Homecraft Create flour, so tapioca flour, very process stable, works really, really well. And then again, we have the co-texturizing starches just to give us that lovely mouthfeel.
Yeah, as you said, it's the synergies of ingredients, which I suppose what inspires you as a food technologist, really to work on certain briefs.
Yeah, so our portfolio is very good for that because we have a lot, so we can pull it all together and just really give you final solution.
Yeah. Glyn, let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's try it. But I think
which one shall we try first? Maybe the one with Goliath Smooth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try that one first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Let's go.
So here we're looking at the smoothness of that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Technology, and I mean,
I think for a
trust
healthy
me,
vegan,
it looks beautiful. It's so smooth. There is no graininess whatsoever on that. Yeah. I will have a little bit more of the prep.
I'm going straight in there. Yeah, just for me, the key thing is the grittiness and the sandiness. I don't have any of that at all.
Yeah, it's very smooth, isn't it?
And if you talk about the compote or the fruit prep, the sweetness is there. But the key thing to mention is the stevia that we have and the stevia that was used there. People think stevia, they think metallic, bitter aftertaste. The bioconversion, Reb M, very, very sugar-like with no aftertaste at all. So no, I'm delighted with that. That's great.
I thought it was a very clean flavour. Really nice, really
Indeed,
good.
yeah. And I love the culinary touch there.
It's simple.
Well done.
Just a little touch.
Wonderful, yeah. Let's now go for the second one. Yeah, right. So, and here the reduction of sugar. This is what we're looking for. Go for it, Danielle.
Thank you. Because that has a different base, a different protein base. You can hear, but again, the pea protein does not give us any of the pea notes that we would expect.
Delicious.
So for me, it's fantastic. Yeah. Also, the NSF that I had mentioned, the natural stevia flavoring, is not only giving you a little bit of sweetness there, but it's masking. So it's got masking technology. So that protein, it's also being masked by as well. So it's got a dual functionality. But again,
just complements each other, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Really, really, really happy with these two recipes.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so that's why we brought them here today. So thank you.
Great products.
Thank you.